Hey, Stan, Christian Clark here with Noel.com. You mentioned yesterday about just kind of finding some from starting points and just something to build off of on the offensive end. Is there any idea kind of what those are at this point?
Yeah. So number one, as it's always been, and the only game we've done a good job of it was the San Antonio game. Number one is to take care of the ball. We got to take care of the ball, not beat ourselves, give ourselves a chance to win. So it's the only game where we've been under 18 turnovers. We were at 8 and survived a bad shooting night. Number two is a pace and energy. And I'm not just talking about up and down the court, but within our offense, and to get more than one action, to be able to play in an action. If we don't get anything, get it to the other side of the floor and play. Something that I thought Phoenix did an outstanding job of last night. We're a one-option team right now, and then we tend to be stagnant and stand around, go one-on-one. We got to get the ball moving and get into more action. So I think those are the two main things right now, and then making plays for each other.
What's up, Coach? This is Will from The Athletic. Just in general terms, what's your approach after a loss like that? How you talk to your team that next practice? Just, do you even go over the film? Do you try to just build from that day forward? Or I guess, what's your approach when you lose a game like that?
I mean, I think everybody's approach changes from game to game. Every situation is different. Our approach from last night is we watched some film and we came out and worked on some things offensively today. To try to get better movement, better organization, just the stuff we talked about, better pace. So we just went back to work. I'm not going to, beat them up over the game last night, but we did watch some things on film and then and tried to work on some things and improve.
Hey, it's Andrew from ESPN. Going back to Christian's question about the finding some more consistency on offense. Do you think that's going to help lift the energy levels on defense? It seemed like once guys didn't see some things happen on the offensive end, they kind of let that seep through on the defensive end.
There's no question, Andrew. It's it's a great point on your part. We talked about that this morning. That look, right now offensively we're struggling. There's no question about that. We've got a lot to work on. We will get better. We will find the answers. In the meantime, we have to rely on our defense and rebounding and not beat ourselves with fouls and turnovers. But I did think last night, for the first time that I've seen with our guys, that we got discouraged by the offensive end of the floor, got frustrated, and weren't as engaged defensively as we have been at other times this year.
Hey, Coach, this is Ollie with the Bird Rights. More times than not, we've seen the bench performances kind of be lacking for the most part in these first 4 games. What can you do as a coach to either maybe just get these guys playing better, more together, just getting some production out of them going forward?
Yeah, well, I think Josh has played pretty consistently. JJ had the really good first game. He struggled a little bit. The last 3 games. Not a lot of other guys have gotten opportunity. I thought Nikhil played his minutes pretty well last night. I think it starts with playing the right people and playing them in the right combinations. And I'm still a little bit of a loss for that.
Hey, Stan, Christian Clark one more time. Steven Adams obviously has a reputation for being a very steady player. How is actually coaching him compared to your perception coming into this situation?
That's exactly what I expected from him. I mean, I've talked to Billy Donovan, and Bob Byer was there with him in Oklahoma City. So, we knew who he was. He's a great competitor. He's solid. He's consistent. He does what he's supposed to do every night. He's not a guy you ever have to worry about.
So, Coach, this is Will again. When you're this early in the season and you're struggling in an area the way you guys have on offense, how do you balance, sticking with the plan you had coming into the year just to improve chemistry, improve continuity versus making a change to try to get those results?
Well, we've been, if anything, we've probably changed up on them too much. I think that's been a problem. We started with one thing, adjusted about a week later, and now we've adjusted again. We really haven't let them get comfortable because I still am not sure exactly how the best way for us to play is. I know we want to play with good pace. I also know we want to play with more structure and discipline. So trying to find that balance is hard. I clearly have not found it. And it'll take some time, and, we'll keep working at it. But yeah, I mean, it's not a matter of starting over. It's a matter of getting better and finding the best way for us to play.
Hey, Coach Andrew, one more time. Kind of to Will's point, does it take you figuring that out before you think about starting lineup changes? I know you've changed rotations somewhat so far, but do you want to try to figure some things out before you get into, okay, maybe I need to start this guy, bring this guy off the bench or anything like that? You got to get your stuff kind of figured out first.
I mean, I think our starting lineup's basically been pretty good. I mean, it hasn't been like us getting buried early in games. So I don't think that's the problem. The rotation does, how we're going to rotate guys does concern me. I don't think that I'm really comfortable with, where I'm at with that. But right now I'm just more focused on us playing better regardless of who is out there. I don't think it's a problem of chemistry with the guys that are playing in certain units together. I think it's a systemic problem that we're all having right now, and we've just got to get better. That's where my focus is.
And one on the general NBA, it seems like just in general so far, there's been a lot more blowouts, even good teams, bad teams. It doesn't seem to have some sort of rhythm. What do you think is that a product of early on because of all the teams having shortened training camps and things like that? It just seems like it's a league-wide thing so far.
Yeah, I don't really have any idea, to be quite honest. I'm out of the business now of analyzing league-wide trends and things like that. I'm just worried about one team. So, last night was a bad night for us. We'll move on. We try to get better. I noticed the scores, certainly the Clipper-Dallas score and then Milwaukee-Miami score. And, you see those scores and they're sort of astounding, but, I don't really know what to attribute that to.
Great. Thank you, Coach.